Well, this is the part where I would sigh and say the same exhausted phrase of, I didn't want to make this video, but I really didn't. Don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of issues with trolls or others online, but never had it ever really gotten to the extent it has up until very recently. Why? Well, before we begin, we need some background. As you guys are no doubt aware, I make SML content. And
this was actually a butthurt Jeffy fan. Oh man, those Jeffy fans,
Actually, no. Don't get me wrong, I think there are plenty of bad and just downright annoying Jeffy fans, but say what you want about them, most of the time they leave an angry comment about me criticizing the oh great Logan 30acre, God's second gift to man, surely. No, the actual people behind things that have happened recently have been people who hate me for making SML content. Oh, so it's because they love SML, right? Actually, no! They seemingly hate SML and think I'm obsessed with it. So, obviously the right thing to do is to become just as obsessed with the person you say is obsessed. I'll delve more into that in a minute. But before I do that, let me explain being obsessed with SML according to many people. They think that my life revolves around SML completely. You know, which is why many times when people message me about the latest thing that's going on about SML, I have to tell them I'm not interested in talking about SML at that time. Heck, it was like pulling teeth to finally get me to discuss the drama between Logan and Chili a couple months ago. I don't know about you, but to me that doesn't sound like an obsessed SML fan or anything. But wait, that's right, I review SML's content. Except I've admitted several times before that I do the SML content to try and help Logan, or at the very least help people not make the same mistakes as Logan in the future. Plus, I've said that I want to move on from SML at some point, but for the sake of my fans, I'm not going to just suddenly quit SML content overnight. Oh wait, I'm just not making non-SML content fast enough. Hey, do you know how many scripts or sometimes full videos get scrapped? Or how long it takes to make some of these non-SML videos? Keep your expectations in check, and realistically expect very few non-SML videos for the first while. Things have to ramp up first. If you're honestly expecting a bunch of non-SML stuff the moment I announce it, then you're kinda crazy. But I guess the moment I mention non-SML related content, I should have had 20 non-SML videos prepped, and should have announced the next day that I was quitting SML content forever, right? But you know what, let's go for this example. This group really thinks I'm obsessed with Logan and everything he does. So, what's the best way to really show me the light in their case? Why, by posting libel on Twitter and doing their best to impersonate me on Twitter. I can only imagine how that conversation went. Alright guys, we're trying to show dabhdude the truth by making sure he quits SML content because we think he's dumb for continuing to make it. I want options, people! Oh, I know! How about we make posts calling him racist on Twitter? Good. Nice idea. Alright, anybody else? Well, how about we call him homophobic, too? Even if half of the friends he talks to regularly are gay or bi. Awesome. Alright, anything else? Oh, I've got one! What if we post things calling him a pedo? And to boot, we could do this on a series of accounts that impersonate him! Brilliant ideas, people. I love it. Seriously, there's been a group of people that have been posting those types of tweets about me to a multitude of fake accounts. But hey, don't worry guys, it isn't defamation or impersonation if they find it funny. It's just good, clean fun. Now personally, I don't think any of these claims I really need to bother debunking, since if you have more than 2 brain cells to rub together, you would know that none of the things said against me are true. If you know me, that is. That's the thing. This especially isn't good since one of my tweets blew up, at least relative to the normal amount of traffic they get, and here's the deal with that. It also brought a bunch of new people to that specific post. A bunch of people who didn't know who I was. Therefore, when they see an account that looks almost exactly like mine tweeting map garbage, many people thought it was mine. Again, for many people, this tweet was the first thing they had seen from me. The fake account made no real attempts to distinguish itself from mine. They had nothing in their profile or their bio claiming that it wasn't mine. They would double down when people called them out, and so on. Now, someone with a really keen eye would notice the misspelling in the Twitter @ but a lot of people didn't notice that. and I couldn't really blame them there. Actually, let's talk real quick about how totally hilarious this joke is. One thing I learned about jokes is that if you have to explain the joke, or worse still, explain that it's a joke, you've messed up. At least with the first point where you have to explain the joke, at least most people understand it's a joke, they just don't get it. But when literally no one but the people involved get the joke, it isn't funny. Now, granted, I'm not perfect with this, but especially recently, I've tried more and more to make my jokes very clear so that everyone but the dumbest of people out there know that it's a joke. Does that stop idiots from taking April Fool's videos seriously? Of course not! But that's besides the point. Oh, and you know who else does this kind of thing with a joke literally no one gets? Yeah, Logan! The same person these people hate. Logan has said before that he only puts out videos that him and his crew found to be funny and otherwise of good quality. Okay, that's good, right? Well, no, because half the time the reason it's funny ends up being because of something funny that happened behind the scenes. If you weren't there for the filming process, no one is in on the joke, and no one gets why two characters are talking back and forth for 5 minutes straight like it's some comedy gold. My point is, no one likes your joke save for maybe a couple of your friends, in part because they're in on the joke. Whatever that may be. Is it funny to intentionally make false claims about someone because you're bored? Is that the joke? 'Cause no one's laughing. I find it really sad we've gotten to this point. Actual jokes are offensive or simply get taken way too seriously, yet apparently making up stuff about people is just hilarious. But hey, like I said, intentionally making people believe that someone is a pedo is just good old-fashioned fun, right? You know what? I think a clip from Mr. Enter's video on... who would have guessed? Sums up my thoughts on that accusation, as well as all the others, pretty well.
Considering that you sound like you're in high school, I'm going to explain this as reasonably as I can. People have both been killed and killed others over that exact accusation. And when you get out of high school, making claims like those, either in real life or even on the internet, can bite you in the ass. It's called slander, and you can be sued for it. I know that you're thinking that what you do on the internet has no consequences, but it does. By claiming that I'm a pedophile when I'm not, gives me the ability to sue you.
Now, who's the person behind this? Well, normally I wouldn't give this out, but I might as well say it. This is... Z-Darkrai? Z-E Darkrai? Whatever. He doesn't like me for some reason. What did I do to him? Well, you see, I committed the heinous crime of... existing. Seriously, I don't think I've ever interacted with him before this incident. If I have, I sure don't remember it. So, my crime was existing and making videos about SML. That is all the justification required to have someone, both on their real account and a fake account they made of me, go around telling people they're a pedo while pretending to be me. But hey, one's just messing around and is totally a parody account, while minding my own business makes me the most horrid person on the face of the planet. Yeah, 'cause that makes sense. Now, granted, this isn't the first time this has happened to me. Heck, it happened earlier this year when I had the nerve to retweet a piece of art people didn't like, or when I made a joke during an April Fool's video. I'm sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. And hey, would you look at that, it's people calling me a pedo. Again. Man, for how serious an accusation that is, people sure do love to throw it around literally all the time. Considering people like to throw around something similar to being called a murderer is in how people treat it, let's roll with that. So, listen, if you want to hold me to your dumb standard, I expect you to have several counts of murder for any and all players, bots, NPCs, etc. in a video game. Ever. Now, I have a few friends who want to say their bits on this whole subject. Links to their accounts will be in the description. We'll begin with Corson.
Yo, hey there, Mr. Egg. That dub parody account is so good, am I right? Like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, so that parody account is real funny, right? It's a great account. I could almost kiss you. Hey guys. Hot kid's hot, right?
What the fuck is this guy talking about? Little weird, stupid bitch.
Yeah, let's beat him up. Let's get him.
So in all seriousness, there seems to be this belief that you're allowed to impersonate others on social media, which you could, if obviously fake, and not trying to spread legitimate lies to other groups of people online. Now, I don't think the person or people running the account had these intentions to begin with. I just find it funny that an account so obviously fake is being believed by this many people. Now, the owner of the account seemed to play this off by saying, well, if people are believing it, then obviously there's some truth to it. Very bad argument to begin with, since these types of situations can get people in serious legal trouble without just simply putting something like, I am not the real Dub, this is all for comedy in the description or bio of the account. But the owner doesn't seem to care at all. Now, there are people who know the account isn't real and are continuing to support and agree with it as well as promote it, spread it, whatever. And their reasoning for this is basically because they find it funny. Bro, are you sure you're a good lawyer, man? Like, I'm trying to win this court case here. Yo, look, man, I just want to let you know, I'm your lawyer, man. I got this. I got you. You're not gonna fail the case, mate. Like, I'm on the scene. Ooh, yo, I got something. You know, let me just... Alright, man, I'll take your word for it. Yo, are you sure, bro? Alright, yo, yeah, I think we got him with this one. Your Honor, he pleads it funny. People need to realize the difference between joking and actively labeling yourself as someone you aren't and advertising it to loads of people with the wrong idea. If you're gonna do these types of things as a joke, at least tell people by putting a simple, this is not the real blank, and this is all for comedy. Unfortunately, 2020 sucks and people can't understand the concept of jokes anymore. I can't wait till 2030 when people just ban comedy because every piece of it ever was deemed too offensive for someone in the world. It just seems very hypocritical to be okay with somebody impersonating someone and making up lies about them, but then getting all offended when someone makes an obvious joke about a character and then being called a pedophile for it.
Next we have Luigi Channel 50.
So a lot of shit has gone down over the past several months. Starting out with Dub getting attacked on Twitter for making a pedophilia joke in an April Fool's video, and even more recently getting attacked by everyone on Twitter again for similar things. So I bet you're probably wondering, what in the world is my opinion on this whole thing? Well, to start things off here, I just want to say that I think it's pretty fucking shitty that some people are giving this account a pass, simply because it's a parody, and because they dislike Dub and think he's every kind of label under the sun. Hey, here's a newsflash for ya. Using the "it's a parody bro" excuse doesn't exempt you from getting criticism, nor does it justify you fooling people into thinking you're the real deal. An actual parody account makes it clear that it's a parody by including the words parody account in its description, whereas this quote-unquote parody account doesn't. Instead, it at one point included a link to Dub's channel and a description that reads out just as any other regular description. So unless you dig through the tweets of this account, somebody who is unaware of who Dub is can very easily fall for this. And guess what? You're the one at fault for it, because you just couldn't care enough to clarify that it was a parody account.
He makes edgy jokes and retweets fictional age-up character art.
Do you all literally hear yourselves right now? You cannot just assume what people are like based off of joke tweets and opinions you personally disagree with, and it's absolutely ridiculous to justify destroying somebody's image based off of your personal bias against a person. Let's put this into perspective right now. If this same thing was happening to any of you, and you had somebody impersonating your account, making up lies and taking jokes out of context, do you really think you'd be so quick to defend them? Exactly. At the end of the day, this is just more proof that Twitter is a toxic cesspool and people on there will do anything they can to ruin somebody they do not like. I mean, just a few months ago I got attacked for doing absolutely nothing besides purging a bunch of annoying ass trolls from my server, so it can literally happen to anyone. No matter what you do. With that said though, I truly hope that these people come to their senses eventually and realize that what they have been doing is shitty. But considering this is the internet we are talking about, the chances of that happening are next to none. But hey, a guy could dream. And yeah, that's really all I have to say on this matter. Hopefully this shit starts slowing down in the coming weeks. Cause dear God, was this a complete dumpster fire. Even worse than the... Actually, I'm not even gonna go there. Instead, I'm just gonna vanish, cause this shit is just void.
Now we have Puddle of Pizza. Oh, and before I continue, I know there are a few of you who only listen to the audio from these videos. Then, what's this gameplay for then? Okay, but seriously, we put effort into these visuals. Well, they did. I'm just showing gameplay. But the reason I mention this is because Puddle of Pizza segment is text-based, so hope you enjoy reading. And finally, we have Math Dominus.
Hello there guys, it's Math Dominus, and today I'm in a dabhdude video, and you know it's bad when I'm in my human form. So as you guys already know by now, there is someone on Twitter impersonating dabhdude, and obviously that is a clear violation in Twitter's rules about impersonation. But he's not just impersonating dabhdude, he's also creating defamation of character by saying all these weird, transgender, homophobic, weird, racist, sexist, kind of jacked up shit. And he's pretending like as if dabhdude would really say these types of things. Now, let me tell you why that's wrong. Because on a moral basis, that is wrong. How would you like it if someone were to impersonate you and basically ruin your reputation by saying a lot of offensive things? Yeah, you probably wouldn't like it, and it could ruin your life. So obviously, on a moral basis, that is completely wrong, and I don't care if dabhdude said some weird transgender offensive thing. There's a difference between saying something that's offensive and actively ruining someone's image and possibly lives. So honestly, I can't say that he can be on the moral high ground when clearly what he's doing is way more immoral than what dabhdude did. What's even worse is that dabhdude himself already stated that he has no views on transgenders. He doesn't give a shit. So this guy is literally trying to ruin dabhdude's image for something that he did long ago, and dabhdude practically doesn't give a crap anymore. Now, I know what you're going to say, and if he's watching this video, this account, apparently it's multiple people, but let's just say if these people are watching this video, I know what you're gonna say. But Matt Dominus is a parody account! It's just a prank, bro! It's just a prank, bro! But there is a difference between making a parody account and then outright saying offensive things just to defamate someone. When you're making a parody account, you're not just trying to be funny, but you're also making some sort of commentary on the person you're parodying. In fact, making a parody is actually one of the few things protected by fair use law, because parodies usually try to make a commentary on something. For example, the scary movies are parodies of, well, scary movies because they commentate on the tropes that most scary movies do. So tell me, what exactly is saying offensive things is supposed to be commentating on, alright?
There's no punchline. It's not a joke.
Basically, not commentating on anything, you're just saying some really offensive things just because dabhdude said something really bad a long time ago. Like, that does not make any sense whatsoever. If anything, it's gonna make you look bad because you're basically just saying offensive things for the hell of it. And trust me, in about 40 years or so, you're gonna look back on this and say, yeah, that's, wow, I can't believe I actually said that type of stuff. So anyways, whoever owns this parody account, if it's multiple people or just one person, I just want to say one thing. Stop it. Get some help, alright? It's not funny, you're not doing anything, you're ruining someone's image, and if anything, you're the real bad guys here, because it doesn't matter what dabhdude said in the past, and it doesn't matter what he thinks now, because just because he did something bad, doesn't mean you have the right to do so, because two wrongs never make a right.
Shut up, Math Dominus. Whatever you say is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, you're transphobic. You do not support Transformers' rights. I know we're scary as hell, but come on, don't you mean you don't support Transformers? All you do is buy us and you don't even transform us. You just put us in display and leave us to die. You are transphobic. You don't support Transformers' rights, and most importantly, put it in my ass.
Now, before we conclude, I'm sure you guys heard mentioned quite a bit in there that these accounts should have been labeled as parody accounts. So, the fake account should just be labeled as parody, right? That should be it. Well, not exactly. First of all, I'm not sure these tweets, regardless of whether the bio said it was parody or not, would really pass as parody, more as they would be classified as defamation. But more importantly, damage has already been done. It's a bit late to try and pull the, haha, it's just parody, bro, card now. And finally, it's rather obvious that the group behind this had no intentions for it to be just a joke. Whether they want to admit it or not, it's pretty clear they did this with the intention of impersonation and in general causing confusion to others. You can't just undo all of that. Now then, before I go, this whole situation is the perfect time for me to announce my website.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, okay, look, I get it. It isn't the best looking website ever. I'm lazy and forgot how to do CSS, okay? However, this has a list of links to accounts I have on websites. This isn't technically all of them, but they're the major ones that I actually use. The website isn't on here, it's probably because I don't use it enough to warrant putting it there, although I might update it with all websites later down the line. So if you see a fake version of me on, say, Twitter, but you're not quite sure, I have my Twitter linked on my channel, as well as on my website. Oh, and speaking of the fake accounts, if you ever see any, make sure to report them.
This isn't my house, SpongeBob!